Welcome to online summer course, Rub Up Your Math Muscle. My name is Mrs. Ruoff, and I will be your facilitator for this course. This is the first online course that I've ever done, so there may be some bumps in the road. Just email me, or you can call my. I'll show you where all my information is, and I will try to get back to you and get um, anything answered that is confusing. So I just wanted to give you a quick run about what I would like to do this summer with this course and what I expect out of you. First of all, I do realize that it is summer, so I am trying to find fun activities and games and videos that'll help just kind of keep your brain fresh and to get you ready for seventh grade. So let's just take a look around the course real quick. So the first thing you should do is go to Schoology, and hopefully you're all familiar with Schoology through school. If you're not, you might want to send me an email and let me know that you need a little more information. The students that I had this year, I know you will know your way around this well, and I'm assuming that other students have been using Schoology as well. But if you haven't and you need more information, just shoot me an email or just let me know. So when you're in Schoology, you will go to the Rev Up Your Math Muscles course. So we'll just click on that. And then what I've tried to do here is we have some information here. If you click on here, you can see this is where, here's what I look like, here's my email address, here's my phone number that you can leave me a voicemail at. So that's my contact information. And then here's some discussion board etiquette items. I don't foresee having too many discussions per se, so I don't, until I give you further notice, it's not necessary to go through all of these things because it's going to be more just on your own kind of playing around with activities. So if we go back up here, so what I've done here is each day I've just kind of created a folder of activities that you can pick and choose from. And I've kind of set it up week by week, like June 4th through June 6th. I'd like to focus on decimals and fractions. Those are going to be huge in seventh grade. So decimals and fractions are going to be huge in seventh grade. So each week I hope to focus on some of these decimals conversions that you need to have down for seventh grade. So here's all the decimals and the fractions that you need to have in our June 4th folder. You can print this out or you can copy those down on paper, which might be better to help you to memorize. I wouldn't suggest also making flashcards of these that you could put in the car with you. But each week we'll focus on like a set. So week 1, we're going to focus on these right here. Week 2, we focus on the tenths, all of these right here. Week 3, we're going to work on the eighths. And then the last week we'll work on these fifths. And there are different slideshows that I created that will hopefully will help you to go through and give you some visuals and some things to work on. So these are the quarters. When you're thinking about the quarters, connect them to money. And then, so like 1/4, here's a picture of 1/4. Here's a picture of what 1/4 looks like. 1/4 is the same as 25 hundredths or 25 cents. So if you can remember 1 out of 4 quarters is 25 cents, then you will remember 1/4 equals 25 hundredths. And if you go through these, and I would say just go through them every day of the week, just to practice 1/2 is the same as 0.5 or 50, because 50 cents or 2 quarters or half a dollar is 50 cents. So if you could go through those, that would be helpful. And those again are in your folders. So if you went to June 4th, you're going to start with those are your right here, go through quarters and thirds, decimals and fractions. There's also going to be Quizlets that you can go through to practice things, and we're going to set up a Quizlet account here in just a second. These are videos that are just kind of fun to watch if you're into watching YouTube videos. I try to find ones that are songs or that are entertaining to go over the concept. I would love to hear for you to fill out this discussion panel for June 4th to tell me just kind of what things really tripped you up this year, or what things would you like to work on to make sure that I'm covering those. I would suggest playing a multiplication game, and then here's just a fun brain game to play. So those are things you can do on June 4th. And if you don't want to sign in on June 4th and you sign on June 5th, you can pick and choose from June 4th and June 5th. It's just kind of, these are activities that you can go through just day by day if you wanted to click in every day. Khan Academy is something else we're going to set up here in a minute. There will be activities in there that will help you with the weekly activities. This is a video because the YouTube sign right here. This is a website that'll take you to multiplication games that you can choose. And this is a game to play as well. This is an assignment. And I've created several of these that should take you to a slideshow. And then here is the activity. It's a word cross, but with numbers. And so for like this first one, it would be 30 plus 4 times 6 minus 4. You need to remember your order of operations. So hopefully you remember that you need to multiply first because it's more powerful than adding or subtracting. So I would do this on a piece of paper. I would do 4 times 6 is 24. Then I would rewrite my page, which is 30 plus 24 minus 4. And then addition and subtraction, you do left to right. So 30 plus 24 is 54. 54 minus 4 is 50. So then when I look down here, I hope that 50 is one of my options. It is right here. So 2 across would be 50. So I click in each of those boxes and I just type 50. And we have that. And then when you're done, yours might come up a little differently. But when you're done, then just submit the activity. Like in Schoology, you can hit submit. I think you'll have a button over here for me to see that you completed that activity. Okay, so there's several of those each day, or I mean, there's one in most of the days that you play, and some different activities there. Okay, let's go back up and look at what we need to set up for Quizlet and for Khan Academy. So Quizlet is an activity that I think will help us with some review items and practicing those decimals and fractions that we need to memorize. So you should be able to just click in here and then click on that link and it should take you to our class login. Again, I'm not sure if yours will look different than mine because I'm the owner of it, but it should take you to this activity. And then I'll tell you in some of the folders, like go to Quizlet and practice 7th grade fractions and decimal conversions. So if you come here, then you have flashcards that you can go through. So you can click on them. I thought I'd talk to you at some point. Maybe some of them have voices and some of them don't. Then there's an opportunity to learn with them. So you can see 1/2 equals 50. Which one of those? That would be 5/10. So you get a chance to learn. They will have you write things out. 2/10 equals 20%. What fraction is that? That would be 2/10. So I type it in and it tells me that I'm correct. Then really spelling doesn't apply to us. They will test you. You can also play games with it where it's a matching game. So you have to match them up. 8 7/10 and 7/10. And they disappear. Notice it's timing you over here. 8/10 and 8/10 right here. 3/4. What's that match with? 6/8 and whoop, nope. 2/3 and 0.66. So it's kind of fun activities there. There's another game called Gravity. Protect the planets from incoming asteroids. You can do the ones that you need to study. You can answer with all of them. You can select if it's easy or hard. So here's the asteroid. It's 1/10. I need to type in the decimal, so that would be 0.1. Enter. Whoop. Maybe not. Wow. Okay, I wasn't typing in the equals 10%. So 0.1 equals 10%. And if I would have done the studying part first, then I would have gotten that. That's 0.333. Let's see if that works. 0.333 E equals 33%. So you can practice those first. As you can see, that would come in handy to understand what they were looking for in those answers. But the two that we're going to start with is the 7th grade fractions and decimal conversions. And then I'd also like this 6th grade math vocabulary. I think that one is good to practice a lot of the terms that you should have learned throughout this year. And again, that'll be in your folders when it says go to Quizlet and practice that. So like here, right here, Quizlet, go to Quizlet.com and sign in and practice 7th grade fractions and decimals and 6th grade math vocabulary. So that's an activity that you could complete. So make sure you set up a Quizlet account. And the other thing is your Khan Academy account. You probably already have one through, the thing that automatically signs you into things. I can't think of the word right now. But if you go to khanacademy.org/join and then add and put class code, and this is our class code, so I would come up to here and just highlight this and then use Control C so that it's highlighted. So it's Control C. And then you go to khanacademy.org/join. And then here's where you would join a class. So then I would do Control V right here, and that would put my code in there. I click join the class, and something happened. We're actually, let's see if we just went to Control C, Control V up in there. There we go. That's what we need to do. And then, so I'm already added in here, so it might be a little different for you. You'll just have to kind of try different things. You might start by just highlighting this and putting that into the search bar and seeing if it joins you, or if you need to just put this code right here if you go this route. And then you'll get into Khan Academy, and again, there will be activities in there that'll relate to what we're doing in the week. Okay, so that is basically, these memory pegs here, if you were in my class, you already know these, but it would be a great idea to keep practicing them over the summer because they're good things to keep in mind that you've learned in 6th grade. If you have not done memory pegs with me before, I would watch this video first that kind of explains it, and then you'll need to go to 20 things to remember list that matches it with math, and then here's the list that is the document that you can copy or print out. Okay, so again, I would just show up each day, go to each of these folders, pick and choose which activities you would like to do. And if you miss a day, no big deal. You can do 2 days in a row, or if you know you're going to be gone tomorrow, you can do 2 days today. It's just little activities and suggestions of things to try to keep your mind sharp and to get you ready for 7th grade by focusing on fractions, decimals, order of operations. We're going to do a stock market game the 3rd week, June 20th through, actually June 17th through the 20th, to work on some positive and negative numbers and some different activities there. So I hope we have fun. Email me if you have any questions and let me know. And I hope we have a good summer.